Marshall skips away. Marshall skips away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing.
Bennett and the Dragons win the grand final.
Whips that one away, and Kane Williamson and his team now World Test Champions.
Welcome back to another episode of the TGIF podcast. Back after a little bit of a hiatus, but we're here. We're ready to chat some more footy, chat some more shit. Everything else that pops up in between. But how you been? How's the last few weeks treated you?
We're back in action after a wee break. We had the old school holidays obviously fall upon us during that little break. So I think I managed to get 10 rounds of golf in, including nines. So I think it was 10 rounds with 4 nines possibly. So
pretty bit of rain thrown in there as well.
Pretty decent effort. A little bit of rain. We had a game, one of the club champs games, called off. 13 holes in, and then back out there after the thunder and lightning had subdued a wee bit there. So, but yeah, plenty of golf. Just out there this evening. A little bit of twilight golf, coming away second place with a half a ham each, which is pretty handy little.
As you said, saves you a big whack come Christmas.
Sure
time.
Does. I've gone and donated it straight to Mum, so she can cook it up, and I can just be the supplier, which is nice and easy.
Even
so
better.
And we're off for a big one this weekend. Off to play probably one of the most beautiful course, I'd say, in New Zealand. Te Arai there, that south course, along the beach there. So obviously you and Oshi there got the voucher, but me and Sammy shelling out the big bucks, and it's going to be 100% worth it. Thoroughly looking forward to going out there and losing three or four balls to a win coming off the coast, taking it out into the ocean or something like that.
Yeah, a few donations to the old Pacific Ocean.
Oh, got to be done. Donate a few balls, probably lose some in some very huge bunkers there. Thoroughly.
Might be working with a bit of fescue.
I do believe there's fescue. I had a little look through. I've already. I've gone on and been watching videos on YouTube. I'm trying to do I want to be able to on Saturday night, if we're all staying there at Collins's and we're all sleeping on the couch or some shit like that.
There's a documentary, The Making of the Course.
I want to be sitting there, lying there and saying, yo lads, you better be mentally prepping through this round already, So I've been trying it. I often find it quite hard to do regardless. I often get like 3 or 4 holes in, and then my mind gets sidetracked and you kind of lose where you've got to. But I've been trying to roll through it, but I don't really know the course well enough just yet. A couple of holes that I am looking forward to. All tee dependent, I think, as well. I definitely don't know if we can be going off anything too deep. There's some pretty big looking holes out there, so. But yeah, it's just been lots of golf. It's been lots of sport to watch, obviously, as well. We've seen a grand final over the last few weeks while you were away. We've obviously kicked off now with the international footy as well, Pacific Championships. And Premier League back in action, a couple of international breaks. You managed to get involved in a couple of games though while you were away.
Yeah, a couple of trips to the old Arsenal game, City and Leicester. So 4 points, undefeated on my appearances to see the Arsenal live. So yeah, definitely not too bad. Particularly that City game,
It's a handy result, that one there.
But yeah, in hindsight, very handy result. But before we talk too deeply, get into Arsenal in too much more depth, we'll have a little look at this Kiwis game that's on offer Sunday afternoon. Up against the old foe, the Kangaroos. We saw them play last weekend, Kiwis off the bye in the little 3-team Pacific Championship, so yeah, one team's got to have the bye every week, I suppose. And yeah, we saw the Kangaroos come out. Bit of a scratchy win, that one I found over Tonga. Probably not at their usual best there, the Kangaroos. You know, they normally tend to dominate the run of play up against many opposition. Apart from obviously the Kiwis last year and that fateful 30-0 victory that we saw, but yeah, not really what you'd expect. But the Kangaroos managing to get the job done at the end of the day, probably just a bit more clinical than Tonga. Unfortunately for the Tongan fans. But yeah, this should be a big one down in Christchurch.
Yeah, I just thought it was a bit of a weird one. Like Tonga dominated that first half. Aussie kind of didn't really show up. I didn't think Aussie were too flash. There was a couple of Tongan errors, you know, a few errors from both teams to be fair, but a couple of Tonga errors there in that game that obviously didn't really help them out. I mean, two kicks out on the full from kickoff, I believe, as well from Tonga. You know, it doesn't really help you as well. You know, you're coming back after conceding points and you're giving the ball straight back to them. So obviously it's that weird scenario, as you said, with only 3 teams that you've got. Like, what is it, the relegation playoff, you know, with the top team of the other pool. So it's going to be a weird one, whoever comes last. I think Tonga are obviously they look alright, they can definitely do the job. And when you look at the squad that we've put out there,
yeah, it's
it's not that flash.
Yeah, it's a very depleted looking Kiwis lineup. 5 debutants in and amongst the mix. Coming off that big 30-0 win from last year, but yeah, it's looking a completely different side without Jerome Hughes and Dylan Brown running the show. Obviously, Fisher Harris is still there to lead the boys, but missing his partner in crime, Moses. And yeah, the Kangaroos, they're always going to be littered with guns, aren't they? They've got too many good players to sort of pull out reserve graders. No disrespect to a couple of the lads in the Kiwis reserves there, but not something you thought you'd see, you know, calling from the likes of the Northern Hemisphere and reserve grade. But I suppose if the boys go out and get the job done on Sunday afternoon, it makes it all much more sweeter. I suppose a good stat I found in my little discovery today, 2-1 all-time record down in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Okay, so
we haven't played there since 1989, I think was the last time we played. And Aussie won that, and the 2 that we won were like 1950 and 1919 or something.
It's possibly not really enough.
I wrote down here. Yeah, 70 years and 100 years ago. So not too much to go off there really in terms of the stats at the venue, but it is in the Kiwis' favour, even though, all time out of our 145 meeting, the Roos have got 107 wins to the Kiwis' 35, so hoping we can make that 36.
That's not really enough over that one there, but yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one after seeing those 2 teams that have been put out there.
On paper the Kangaroos should really do a number over us, really, but yeah, if we can draw on what was said last year before we went out and kick their asses 30-0. That'd be nice to see. I somehow don't think it's going to be that easy this time around, and the Aussies will have something fire in their belly off the back of that one, I reckon. Yeah,
they'll be looking to go out there and try and iron out all of those errors that they had there on the weekend, and put in a good shift up against Kiwis. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's nice this little international footy, you know. You can see the likes Fiji, PNG, Cook Islands, you know.
Fiji up against the Cook Islands. Is that Saturday afternoon?
That must be Saturday. Obviously we saw them come away with probably a little bit of a shock loss to PNG there on the weekend. Definitely didn't really, show up as much as I expected them to. So it could be maybe PNG, possibly up in this little playoff here. With at the moment, I guess you have to say Tonga haven't really lost the game, but
You'd like to hope so. Just as a
Kiwis
biased
fan,
Kiwis fan, but look, you never know. I think Tonga, they showed a lot there, and
I somehow feel like we won't have too many promotions occur that often. I would say
is it a playoff?
I believe so.
Straight promotion.
I think it'll be, you'll have most of the time Tonga or New Zealand, maybe Aussie, beating the likes of Cook Islands, PNG, or.
Where does Samoa sort of?
I have no clue. That's what I've been wondering this kind of
They're
whole
playing
time.
England at the moment.
Because that's the thing, they're playing England, and I was kind of like, well,
They
maybe
can't really tour there every year, can they? Unless.
Maybe that's an agreement.
Yeah.
Well, we'll play you guys.
Really, England come down to Aussie.
I
New
don't have a
Zealand
clue. But I have been wondering that, maybe that's their jam. Maybe I was like, maybe they're not good enough. But then Samoa would be the best.
Samoa would be up
they'd
in
be
the top
fourth.
four with us. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be fourth.
That'd be if Samoa were involved, and Tonga, we might have a few more relegation and promotions.
Yeah. Because that would be a bloody good matchup to see, maybe Samoa Tonga at Eden Park or something like that.
Or a promotion relegation
Yeah.
final. Oh, yeah.
That would be great. So it's been nice. Not much of a break really after the grand final, pretty much straight into it. So it's been bloody nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have international footy back, even though some people might think it's not the best, not the pinnacle, but hopefully we can keep building on it. And
So
the only thing really we're missing is a few players from each side that have gotten a bit busted, but
that's just that thing with end of season, I guess.
Season tournament.
Obviously they're not going to be at their fittest. A couple of knocks throughout the season and things like that. So. But yeah, it should be a good one there. Come Sunday, Gooners. Now are we Sunday or are we Monday this weekend? I believe we've got a Champions League game chucked on in between there, but we must be Sunday again. I'm assuming.
I can't remember actually.
So.
It's a big game, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was on Monday.
Where are we? Forza. Yeah, we must be. It's not. I think it's Monday 3 a.m. Monday 5:30.
Yeah.
That's. I guess there's no work though Monday. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I'll just get up and then I'd watch the first half and I'd probably have to pause and then drive to. I don't know. I'd probably be able to get away with rocking up just that little bit later, maybe on a Monday. That's handy. That'll be a similar situation to last weekend. Probably get up and then maybe go back for a little snooze after the game.
After the game, depending on the result.
Depending on the result and depending on what time you went to bed. Last week it was like I was mentally prepared. Bournemouth, take 3 points, start your day nice and early. Head for a swim, 8:30. Sort of thing, you've had a feed, you've had a coffee, go and have a little dip, maybe stop, get yourself a little bacon roll there from Bake to Devo, something like that on your way back through.
They do bacon rolls.
They do like a bacon egg bap. It's awesome. Bacon, egg, and hollandaise.
Okay.
Possibly maybe cheese in there. I'm not too sure, but
what sort of egg are we rolling with?
Fried egg, bacon.
Sunny side up?
Sunny side up, yep. Sunny side up? I'm not too sure.
Is it runny or non-runny yolk?
It depends on how fresh you get it because, they'll sit there and then you want to heat it up and then they'll heat it up for you and,
That's gonna, not any runniness.
Yeah, but I have had an egg with a little bit of spillage before because I got one fresh, which was nice.
That's ideal.
That's what you want in a bacon and egg roll. But yeah, what 85th minute. No, was it the 85th minute? Or the 79th minute? I think it was that we went 2-0 down.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I kind of went, all right, this is probably me going back for another snooze, and I think I got up about 10:30 in the end. So had to have a couple more hours snooze after that one. There, not the ideal result, not what we want. Obviously, we've seen. I don't know if you've seen that. I don't want to butcher his name. Tosin. I'm not going to say his last name, from Chelsea. His challenge, that was pretty much
identical to Saliba's.
The exact same as Saliba's. That was a yellow. Don't like to go out there and put an excuse on that, because I think we were fairly shit either way. I don't think we looked too flash with 11 men. If we had of, we probably would have been 1 or 2-0 up at that stage already. So. Could have maybe come away with a draw, maybe with 11 men, the way we were playing.
Yeah, look, it wasn't looking pretty. 11, 10 men, no matter which way you chopped up. I think the worst thing to come out of it is we're going to be missing Saliba for the next 3 games, particularly this coming Monday morning, 5:30, when we do host Liverpool, a little first versus third clash. But yeah, as you mentioned, we've got a little bit of Champions League action smashed in between. Good thing is both games are at home, so ideal sort of
no travel
platform
nice.
to bounce back. We've been strong at home. But yeah, look, I think that Bournemouth game really just, it looked like we were lacking something in midfield. You go out there and you play 3 defensive midfielders. You're probably going to lack a bit going forward, a little bit of inspiration, and that's what we got. No disrespect, obviously all 3 of them great players in their own right, Partey, Marino and Declan Rice, but as a 3 on the field at the same time, I don't think we go down that track again. Got a little bit out in one area when he came on, but yeah, the damage had sort of already been done by that stage. Yeah, look, it's tough. No Odegaard. He'll be out for a wee while longer. I think Saka's going to be back for the next game, if not the Liverpool game, hopefully.
I would probably really shout to give someone like Neri a start or something.
Yeah, another
like
not so good performance from Trossard from the start as well. Going back to that old bench.
Yeah, seeming to play better coming off the bench. I mean, Big Mart not really offering us too much either there on the wing. So it's a tough one, and then Saka, you take him out of the equation as well, obviously it had an effect. So
Poor Kiwi though.
Yeah,
he looked like he was in a bit of trouble after getting subbed on, making the mistake for the penalty, getting subbed off. Arteta didn't look too pleased.
Getting subbed off after getting subbed on is not what you want, eh? So
hopefully for his sake, he's not the next Nuno Tavares.
Who I think in 5 games has got 5 assists this season.
I saw a meme. It was like going from Arteta when he raged out at him and subbed him when he was a sub to the most informed defender in Europe or something.
Yeah, something outrageous like that. So who knows? Maybe we do a little Soparino or something like that. Get him back in there. But yeah, not a flash result there on the weekend. But yeah, as we said, we do delve into a little bit of Champions League footy there. What are we, Wednesday? It must be Wednesday.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Or Wednesday tomorrow. It is not Wednesday. Is there no Champions League tomorrow? Must not be. Must be. Is it all Thursday? Oh, that's next week. I was like, whoa, that was weird. How are we playing Preston? No, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Okay.
8 a.m. What's...
You're going to have to watch that one.
It's not on...
It's not on Sky. It's on BN Sports.
That came from my BM, so...
Yeah.
That's a bug. I was thinking I could just get away with watching it at school. It could be, a game like that could be a little stream, a stream off the phone or something like that, just on the side there while I'm sorting some things out in the morning there. But yeah, Shakhtar Donetsk, obviously coming to
Sitting like
London.
4th or 5th at the moment in the Ukrainian league.
Wow.
Big loss out last time to Atalanta, 3-0. Picked up a draw against Bologna, but I don't know how much you can really read into that. I guess we played Atalanta. That was a tough game, so you go off that. We should come in as hot favourites. I think we will do regardless. A good chance to get out there and get some confidence before the big one on the weekend. I think really you don't want to treat it too lightly, but obviously bigger fish to fry at the moment for the Arsenal. But good to get another 3 points, go towards qualifying through the next round automatically.
Yeah.
Top 8 or. Is it top 8
Top
go
eight-
straight
top
through?
eight straight
and
through.
Then 16 to 24
16,
playoff.
8 through to 24.
Yeah, sorry.
8 through to 24
No.
playoff, and then 24 through to 32 that is eliminated.
No Europa.
Ooh.
Maybe some of the losers from the.
I don't think
first
so.
Elimination.
I don't think they do go to Europa League. I'm not too
That
sure.
might be right, because I was thinking. I think I saw someone saying how the teams that were in there, like Spurs, United, have got a really good shot this year because no one drops
Yeah,
down.
I don't think anyone drops down. Like, it's the same as Chelsea. Chelsea should be winning this
Yeah.
Conference League. Like, I think the next best team was like fucking Rapid Vienna or something Sturm. I don't know about that, but like, someone buzzy as.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, Shakhtar though, I guess you're chucking into a similar situation like that. So it should be a win. We'll probably see a little bit of rotation, obviously, I'd say, after a loss, and then with Liverpool coming up, someone being rested.
Well, we know Saliba's probably not going to be rested for this one.
No, Saliba
Shakhtar.
will play.
Saliba will play. I think
possibly
Saka's back. I reckon he'll
Saliba
start.
and Kirill, maybe. I don't know. It depends on what the trouble is. But like,
Yeah, Saliba and Kiwior. I mean,
is Tierney still injured? Do you go? Have we registered him for the Champions League?
Yeah.
Do you go something like Tierney,
I'm not sure about Champions League, but we have Premier League.
Caliafori, Saliba?
Yeah,
Left back,
do.
centre back. Like,
you could
if you're gonna maybe rest Gabriel for Liverpool, I don't know what you want to do.
I don't know. I think it's probably more likely Caliafori gets a rest than Gabriel.
Yeah.
Not anything personal, but it just seems that Arteta seems to always play Gabriel and Saliba.
I just don't know if we're losing
Really games.
Saliba for 3 games. You know what I mean? Like, it could be one of
it's
those
gonna be
situations where we're going to have to rely on
I don't
Gabriel
know
a
what you
little
do
bit more.
there. Do you look at Ben White or Caliafori going into centre? Probably Ben White to
Tommy
be fair.
Yasu injured, so you
Right centre back.
does Lewis Scully get a game in a game like this?
Lewis Scully, surely he gets a few
Does
minutes
that
at least.
Josh Robinson? I think was
Josh
that
Robinson.
Josh Robinson who played right back in that game. Jack
in that
Robinson.
Capital One Cup game.
Yeah. Awesome performance, I thought. Does someone like him get a little shout out in a Shakhtar Nets? Maybe not this early on in the Champions League, but like,
Yeah, I just think the way they've structured it now, there's sort of no more meaningless games.
you don't need to.
You want to pick up your points, get through to that, I guess, round off,
Yeah.
so to speak. But I guess we'll see tomorrow morning what Arteta's got in mind. What he does with the midfield come the weekend. Hopefully, if it's not Wanyeri, maybe Trossard back into the 10. That worked well for a couple of games.
Yeah.
And if we have Saka back on the right wing, I mean, no disrespect to Sterling, but hasn't quite hit the ground running yet.
Not
so
really gone out there and done anything too flash.
yeah, we'll hope to have Saka back and pick up 3 points, get back in touch with City and Liverpool, because it's not too good to keep slipping further away from them while we have a few players out. So especially City. You don't want to leave them with too many points to claw back, because we know how hard that would be. It's probably it for the Arsenal. I mean, we could look at what's been before, but that's been done.
It's in the past.
Past news.
We've got a game to look forward to tomorrow, and then the big one there, top of the table, Liverpool. Monday morning, public holiday. You don't get much better than that.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sick, actually.
Now, there's been quite a lot of darts going on over the last 3-4 weeks or so. But they were in the Czech Republic there over the weekend. Some really good action, to be fair. We saw a couple of record averages. Luke Littler, I think the highest average on a, what is it? I don't think it's a World Series event, just a Euro Tour event. It was something like 116, I think. He also played MVG in a semi-final, and I think MVG averaged 112 or 113 and lost 6-1.
Yeah.
Something outrageous like that. Didn't go on to win it. We saw Humphreys take the win after last week losing the final to Mike De Decker for his first big win. But Luke Humphreys back in the winner's circle against Kim Huybrechts, who I think was the replacement of Gerwyn Price, who pulled out with an injury. So it was he didn't even qualify. Huybrechts came in, made it all the way to the final, and then I think got battered 8-1, I believe. Humphreys averaging about 10 more than he did. So it was a pretty dominant display from both the Lukes, I guess, over the weekend. Humphreys beating Littler in either the semis or the quarterfinals. I think the semis. I'm not 100% sure where they head to this weekend. It's got a weird sponsor name, the event. I did see something about it today. The Machine Seeker Europe. I think it's just the new what's the word there? The sponsor, Machine Seeker. I imagine for the European Championship. So that is over the top 32 players over the next 3 or 4 days, I believe. So some really tasty looking matches actually there in that first round. You've got Van Gerwen up against Clemens, Schindler and Van Duivenbode, Chisnell and Smith, Luke Littler involved there, Humphreys up against Aspinall, Josh Rock and Mike De Decker, the two young ones there. So that kicks off, Thursday, so into Friday actually. Friday morning then that'll be starting our time. So I think you'd be hard done by not going and putting your money on Humphreys at the moment, the way he's playing. But MVG threw some good darts. Littler's been throwing some good darts. De Decker would be a little bit of an outside shot. I'm not 100% sure of the format there. I know that last week? Maybe it was the week before actually. We saw some double in, which you don't see very often on the tour.
Okay.
And that always, throws a spanner in the works. Sometimes it can take someone, even a pro, 7-8 darts to get off the mark, and someone's gone 180 or something like that, and they're already down at a finish, and you're sitting up there on 469, or 469, sorry, because you've managed on your last dart to hit the double 16, 9 darts in or something like that. And I've seen it before. I'm sure there's been scenarios where people haven't got off and someone's finished the leg, even on televised darts. And that always makes it a bit more interesting. You can see players sort of crumble away a bit. You're not able to get a double to start a leg. You're not able to get a double to finish a leg. We have seen though over the last few days, in the last week at least, it's been announced that the New Zealand Darts Masters is back in Auckland for next year. So we were saying before that'll have to be something we get involved with there next year, rather than having to make that trip down to the Tron. A lot more enjoyable knowing I can sort of jump on the ferry, go over, come back on the ferry and sort of stumble my way home. About 200 metres away from the ferry building. So it's a lot nicer than knowing I've got to get my way back from Hamilton or wake up on a Sunday morning hungover in Hamilton. I can't imagine that's a very ideal scenario to be getting yourself into at all. Probably wraps us up. A short one this week, but we're back. We're on the peak. We're on the peak of 100 here. So we'll have to try and maybe get something special for you next time out. But as always, if you've made it this far, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to get involved in all your socials. Give us a like, a comment, a 5-star. Enjoy your week ahead. Enjoy the long weekend. Get involved in some sports where you can. If you're having a punt, do it responsibly, and hopefully we'll see you here next week.
Yeah, sounds good to me. We'll see you then. Ciao.
Marshall skips away. Marshall skips away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing.
Bennett and the Dragons win the grand final.
Whips that one away, and Kane Williamson and his team now world test champions.